They were handing out 30 Mercedes sedans, but everyone got one except me. After the meeting, the boss came over and found me. "Hey, old Zhang, you're a company veteran. Think bigger. Don't sweat the small stuff." I said, "Got it, think bigger." I walked back to my desk and quietly logged into my shareholder account. The next day, a new notice went up on the company board. Founding shareholder sells 3% stake, cashing out 200 million. Then the boss posted in the group chat, "Come to my office." I replied, "Can't. Busy checking out my new car. Not a Benz, a Maybach." The air in the company banquet hall felt completely suffocating, every inch of it reeking of fake perfume and blinding light bouncing off crystal chandeliers. Li Jiangguo, my old startup partner, now sitting high and mighty as company boss, was up there with that rich baritone of his, painting the company's grand vision. Behind him on the big screen, 30 brand new Mercedes E-Class sedans lined up in a row, like soldiers waiting for inspection. "This is the company's promise to every single one of you. Every person who bled and sweated for this company deserves this honor." The room erupted. Thunderous applause, cheering, every face glowing, except mine. I'm Zhang Yuanhang, the company's CTO, founding employee Darirello 2, and the only veteran whose name somehow got left off the list. I sat in the corner like an island. All the noise around me had nothing to do with me. The scrolling winners list on the big screen went from newly promoted managers all the way down to admin staff, even including the boss's nephew Li Hao, who'd only been here 3 months. 30 names, 30 cars, every single one skipped right over me. This wasn't an oversight. This was a carefully staged public humiliation. When the meeting ended, people flooded out the door, rushing to the parking lot to check out their new rides. As their eyes swept past me, I caught flickers of sympathy, a little schadenfreude, but mostly deliberate avoidance. Like I was carrying something cursed. "Hey, old Zhang." Li Jiangguo's voice came from behind me, that familiar phony warmth. I turned around and looked at his perfectly maintained face. "You're a company veteran. Think bigger. Don't sweat the small stuff." He gave me a pat on the shoulder. Light touch, but it landed like a ton of bricks. "Young people need motivation. The company has to think about the big picture. You get that?" I looked him in the eyes. Not a shred of guilt, just cold calculation and a quiet warning. "Understood. Think bigger." My voice was dead calm, so calm it felt foreign even to me. Li Jiangguo smiled, satisfied, clearly pleased with how mature I was being. He turned and walked back into the celebrating crowd, leaving me nothing but his high and mighty silhouette. I walked back to my desk. The place was dead empty. The air still smelled like champagne and cake. It made me sick. No rage, no outbursts, barely even a ripple inside me. The worst kind of grief is a dead heart. Once the last bit of loyalty burns out, all that's left is a cold, empty wasteland. I opened my laptop. The screen wasn't showing lines of code, it was my brokerage app. Logged into my shareholder account. Found my holdings, 3% founding shares. Back when it was just a few of us crammed in a basement, those shares were the only thing that kept us going through the roughest days. Now they'd become a witness to my humiliation. No hesitation. I typed in the full amount in the cell field and hit confirm. The whole thing took under 30 seconds. The next morning I woke up early, didn't go into the office. Sunlight filtered through the curtains, leaving a thin strip of gold across the floor. My phone started blowing up at 7 a.m. The company group chat was going absolutely wild. A screenshot of an announcement was being forwarded over and over. Notice regarding founding shareholder Zhang Yuanhang's reduction of 3% company shares. Below it, one glaring line of numbers. Total transaction, 200 million yuan. Li Jiangguo finally stepped in himself. He sent a message in the group chat. Not a request, a command. "Get to my office." I picked up my phone and tapped out a reply. "Can't. Busy checking out my new car. Not a Benz, a Maybach." Message sent. The group chat went completely silent. I put the phone down, picked up my coffee, and watched the traffic outside. I knew this war had only just begun. Li Jiangguo's office sat on the top floor with an incredible view. You could see half the city from up there. But right now, he had zero interest in the scenery. When I pushed the door open, he was standing at the floor-to-ceiling window, back stiff as a statue. He heard me and spun around, forcing out a smile that honestly looked worse than crying. "Yuanhang, you're here. Take a seat." He gestured to the couch across from him, deliberately softening his tone, trying to set up a "let's talk this through" vibe. I didn't sit, just stood calmly right in the middle of the room. "Why did you dump your shares without even giving me a heads up?" He finally dropped the act, barely holding back the accusation in his voice. "My shares? Why can't I sell them?" I shot back, cool as ever, like a needle that popped right through his whole tough guy act. Li Jiangguo went silent, his face turned red. "This is my personal financial decision." "Financial freedom?" He let out a cold laugh. "Old Zhang, this company has been good to you. You just cashed out 200 million. Do you know how that looks? What are the other shareholders supposed to think? The stock's already tanking." "Isn't that exactly what you wanted?" I looked him dead in the eye. "Push out the old-timer who's in your way. Bring in your own people." I paused. My voice went cold. "And those 30 Mercedes, what's that all about?" Li Jiangguo's eyes darted away. He broke eye contact. "Like I said, it was to motivate the new people, for the company's future." He launched back into the same big picture speech. "Young people have hustle, give them a little reward, and they'll grind for the company. You're already a veteran and a shareholder. Think long-term. Stop chasing small wins." Same tired script, empty, fake, like he was talking to a little kid. Then came the promises. "Once the company goes public, your net worth will 10x. Easy. By then, forget a Benz, you could buy a private jet." I felt nothing. Honestly, I almost found it funny. Right at that moment, the office door swung open. Li Hao, Li Jiangguo's precious nephew, swaggered in like he owned the place. He was dangling a set of Mercedes keys in his hand, the three-pointed star catching the light, shining right in my face.